In this video, we'll give you all the tips you need for your trip to Ushuaia, how to get there, what to do and when to go, understand the seasons and temperatures there, what are the tours, where to book everything you need, do you need travel insurance, is it mandatory, where to stay, what are the best hotels, what are the cheapest hotels. After watching this complete video, you'll be ready to start planning and organize your complete and perfect trip to Ushuaia, guys. So don't forget to give us that like, subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot, and buckle up. Hey guys, my name is Gabriel Lorenzi from the Grupo Dicas, the largest travel content networks in the world, and today we're going to talk about all the tips for Ushuaia in Argentina and Patagonia, which is one of the most incredible places in the world, not to mention one of the most. It's the further south on the global map of the world. It's the city in South America that's closest to Antarctica, so it's a unique place, a place with incredible nature, incredible landscapes, but it's not difficult to travel there. On the contrary, I think it's easy, but you need to be aware a lot of important information and tips because it's not a common destination. But fortunately, we have everything here just for you. So let's go. The first piece of information, which I think is the most important, is when to go. If you're not 100% yet with the date already booked, it's very important to know when to visit Ushuaia. Argentina and Patagonia as a whole works in the same way. El Calafate is a very nice town to visit. Some people do El Calafate and then go on to Ushuaia, but in terms of climates, they are generally similar. So the tip applies to the whole of Patagonia. In Ushuaia specifically, the best time to visit depends on your objective. If you want snow, it has to be in the winter. It's the longest winter in South America, and because it's so far down, the city is so far down, the snow season lasts longer. Then there are the ski resorts. There are 17 ski resorts around the city. They're full of tourists who want to go skiing. It's emptier and cheaper than Bariloche, which is very crowded, and it runs from June to October. So from June to October you can ski, you can see the snow, but the temperatures are very low, so there are lots of beautiful excursions that you won't be able to do in the winter. But if you want to see the snow, if you want to ski, you have to focus on those months. And then there are the summer months of December, January and February, which are very good and ideal for those who want to see the natural beauty of the place, to go trekking into the Laguna Esmeralda, a very nice trail that takes just an hour or so and takes you to an incredible place. The Emerald Lagoon is beautiful. You can even do it in the winter, but it's all snow. It's much more of a hassle. It's very cold and it's not as beautiful. The lagoon is frozen, so in the summer the landscape of the lagoon is more beautiful. The Tierra del Fuego National Park, which is Tierra del Fuego, is very nice, much more beautiful in the summer, and you can do the easier walks. It's not really summer, it's not hot, but it's not that intense cold of winter, so summer is for those who want to do the more touristy things, more exploring the place. If you want to snow and if you want to go skiing, you want the cheapest of all, a middle ground, spring and fall. It won't be too hot or too cold. It's also the period when people travel there the least. It's an option for those who want to save money. Speaking of saving money and knowing how much a trip costs, I've just made a video, watch the video before this one, on how much a trip to Ushuaia costs. I've listed the price of everything so you know how much each item costs and the total cost of traveling there. And an important tip, it's still the season. Summer has longer days and less rain, so you get more daily light and less rain, so you end up enjoying your trip much more. So depending on what you want to do, you have to think about the season you're going to go to Ushuaia because it's very important. Now, how to get to Ushuaia? This is the first question people ask when they start researching. It was mine too. How do I get there? Where is it? Guys, Ushuaia is way down in Argentina, almost on the border with Chile, at the very tip of South America, and there's no direct flight to get there. You will have to take a flight to Buenos Aires, and there are plenty of flights there from Buenos Aires, either to El Calafate, which is halfway there, or to Ushuaia afterwards. There's a direct flight from Buenos Aires to Ushuaia. If you also want to visit El Calafate, which is beautiful. You can stop off in El Calafate, then take the flight from El Calafate to Ushuaia, which is a little closer, but there are plenty. Ushuaia airport is well structured, there are plenty of flights, you can get there easily. It's about 3 hours from Buenos Aires, so you fly to Buenos Aires from your country. The time will depend on where you're coming from. Then you will have another 3 hours, and then 10 to Ushuaia. Arriving in Ushuaia, the airport is very close to the city center. It's a small town, you can see from the map that's very small, and the airport is just around the corner. It takes about 10 minutes by cab or transfer to get from the airport to the hotel. There's no Uber there. Uber doesn't work in Ushuaia, so you take their cab, which has a different name, but it's like a cab, or you take a transfer. There is a company, a website that I really like, which is where we buy the tickets for the tours that I'm going to show here today in the video, but it also has the transfers, both to Buenos Aires, to El Calafate, all the cities in the world. We always buy the transfer there because it ends up being the same price or even cheaper than the cabs, and you don't get scammed. The driver gets there, he already knows your name, the name of your hotel, you've already told him everything when you booked. There's a little sign with your name on it, you don't need to speak their language, the person will identify you as you leave the airport. I found it much easier and safer to use the transfer, so I'll leave guys the website here in the video description or in the first comment. Check it out, it's a very good site. We always buy the transfer there and we always recommend it. Where to stay in Ushuaia? This isn't so difficult because the town center is small. I'm going to show you a map we've made for the best area. If you stay in this delimited area, you will be in the best possible location. You will be close to everything. The port is down there, which is where the boat trips and cruises leave. You'll be close to Avenida San Martin, which is the main avenue there. You can see that it cuts through the center. You can try to get a hotel either on the avenue or a few blocks up or down, which is also good. On the avenue, it's a bit more expensive and a bit older. If you go a little further away from the avenue, you'll find better, nicer, prettier, tidier options at a better price than there. So research the area as a whole, but if you stay there, there's no mistake. To make it easier for you, I'll leave you with a link that we've customized it. Then click down here on the description of the video and this map will open. We've set everything up there so that only hotels with good ratings appear, that are well located, and that's the website we use to make the reservations, which is the largest hotel website in the world. It's always has the best prices. We've always found the best deals there. Payment is easy, we really like them, and everything is already included, and they have a free cancellation policy. We use it a lot. It's a very good tip for saving money on accommodation. Why? Ushuaia and all the other cities that are very touristy and small have a very high demand for hotels. The earlier you book, the cheaper you pay, but often you're not sure where you're going to stay, how many people are going. This website is very cool because it has free cancellation deals with almost all the hotels. So you go in, do your research, find a nicer hotel, make a reservation with free cancellation, and the option will be there on the side. And then if you need to cancel or change, you can cancel it in one click. There's no bureaucracy, but you're guaranteed a much cheaper price, guys, because we've seen that in a matter of a month, sometimes 2 weeks, the prices have skyrocketed. So it's a good tip for saving money on hotels. And there was a hotel we stayed in, I'll leave the link here too just for you. It's a very good hotel with great value for money, a good breakfast already included in the price, close to everything. Very good hotel for those who want a nice hotel, well located, clean. The room was big, the view was beautiful, so check it out, and it's very good value for money. The cost is good. Do some research on the day of your trip. It's a very nice hotel for you to stay in and enjoy your trip. Now, transportation. How do you get around? If you're staying in the central area, you can do almost everything on foot. In the center, you can go for a walk, go to the port. Everything is easy on foot. Now, to do the tours, we will need to rent a car. Some people like to rent the car, share it between the people, and then do the tours on their own. You will still have to buy a ticket, for example, to enter Tierra del Fuego National Park, which will be cheaper if you go on your own. Trekking in the Emerald Lagoon is a little more difficult to do on your own, but you can do it. Some people rent the car there. If you want to rent a car, use a car rental comparator. You don't go directly to the rental companies. I'll leave the link below. It's an incredible website that compares the prices of all rental companies and gives you the best prices. It's super easy to rent a car there. Check it out. Just be careful in the winter because the slopes there are full of snow, ice. It's a bit dangerous between June and September, early October. It's a bit intense to drive. You have to have some experience, some knowledge, but the rest of the year in the summer it's very quiet and easy, and whatever you need to get around is the cab there. You will see that there's a name that's all symbolized, but there's the Uber. A lot of people ask for Uber. Both El Calafate and Bariloche and Ushuaia are unregulated, so there's no Uber there. You have to pay attention to that and get their cabs. Another important tip is about the clothes, what to take there, how to dress. You need to pay attention there. If you're going in winter, you need to take heavy clothes that are prepared for the cold. That second skin is very good. You put it on underneath, it's thermal, a layer on top, a second layer, a third layer, which is a jacket, which is generally very important to be waterproof and windproof. Look for specific snow clothing. Waterproof boots are very important for the trails so that you don't get soaked and freeze your feet off. So you need to pay extra attention. In other seasons, you will also need cold clothes. You need to take at least one jacket that's waterproof and thermal, and a second skin is also important, so plan ahead. Thermal boots are very good because you will be hiking to Laguna Esmeralda. You have to get a little wet. Even when it's summer there, it's cold, it's windy, your feet will freeze, so that's a good tip. Look for good boots, waterproof sneakers, which will make your life easier, and there are clothes for rent. If you want to go skiing, they have all the equipment, skis and snowboards to rent there. There are several stores on the hills that are the ski slopes, that are shops. Cerro Castor is the main ski area for those who want to ski in Ushuaia. It's the biggest of them all. There are slopes for children, adults and beginners. There are lessons in a rental store. There's a shop where you can rent cold weather clothing as well as skis and snowboards. But if you want to buy good options to stop off in Buenos Aires, it's cheaper there and there's more choice. Go to a mall, little mall near you in the center of Buenos Aires. There will be some stores because Argentina is very conducive. There's winter in Bariloche in several places, so there are lots of nice stores. Buy a jacket, thermal pants, boots, and get there, because if you're renting, you can rent, but you will spend a lot of money that will be gone lately. And if you buy it, you have some nice clothes for your next trips, even to wear back home. You don't actually kind of lose the money. You have to pay attention to that, because if you buy, you're gonna have the equipment for a very long time and use in future travels for other places that are cold, and then you don't have to spend all of this money renting every time you travel. So I recommend that you buy it because it's better. Since I was talking about the tours, the skiing, the ski resorts, the Laguna Esmeralda, the tours and what to do, I'm not going to go into depth in this video because otherwise it will get too long. I'm going to do the next video in sequence on what to do in Ushuaia. I'm going to talk about all the tours, what each one is like, the prices, restaurants, shops, everything there is to do there. But in general, the tours, you need to hire a specialized agency to help you because it's very difficult to do the trails and tours on your own. There's a boat trip, so you need to hire someone. It's a place we like a lot, and I always hire all the tours, excursions, everything. It's a website that I'll leave down here in the description of the video. Take a look, guys, it will be in the description. Take a look, it's a very good website, one of the biggest in the world. The experience with them is always very good. They're punctual, and then you hire the tours, the main ones here. I've even listed the ones we did and I think are great. It's the Emerald Lagoon Trail, which is very nice, and you will have a guide who will take you there and back. The yacht trip along the Beagle Channel. There's the boat trip, which is a little cheaper, but the yacht tour is $20 more expensive, and it's a much smaller boat. They explain many more things to you, and it's a much more immersive experience, much more enjoyable. But the trip is nice too. In the excursion to Tierra del Fuego, the land of fire, where you can take the little train, which is super cultural there, super typical, get to know their cuisine, their life. There are 3 very nice tours, and if you're going in the winter, there's also the ski tour on the website where you go to Cerro Castor and they pick you up from your hotel. Everything, they pick you up at the hotel, pick you up there, take you to the place. You've already got the equipment, you've already got the ticket, you've got everything. It's very easy, very nice. Check them out. I thought they were very good. I'll leave the link below. Now for the travel insurance. Gabriel, is international travel insurance mandatory? It used to be, but now Argentina has withdrawn it, but it may come back. So do some research near your trip. I've always said that regardless of whether it's compulsory or not, we've never failed to travel abroad without travel insurance. Why is that? Because it covers a lot of things. It's very important so that you don't have any medical expenses abroad should anything happen. And it's very cheap. To give you an idea, for 5 days in Ushuaia, good insurance costs $20 $20 per person, so you're covered for all unforeseen events. So take out insurance. There's a very good website, I'll give it to you below. It's an insurance comparison website. It compares all the insurance companies. It finds prices for half of what you will find in travel agencies, because the agencies earn commissions. There's a lot of operation behind it. Hire direct from the source, from the best insurers. So take a look. It's very good, very easy to do, but don't travel without a travel insurance, guys. For the love of God, it's very important. Now let's talk about the travel chip. So you can stay connected to your cell phone abroad. You need to either activate your phone's company's international roaming, which is usually very expensive, a fortune. There are some companies that offer packages that are worthwhile, so do some research, but it's usually more expensive. What do people do? Use chips from there, Argentina or any other country. You can get there and buy your own. You go there and pay, it's cheaper there. But you have another option that I think it's better, which is to buy it in your own country. There's a very good company, I'll leave it down here. It costs $58, guys. I'll say 58, but it's kind of similar like that, maybe a little more, a little less. It's a 2GB package. You'll be able to use the internet there, and then you can book the electronic chip by email, install it, and get the service in your own language, in Portuguese or whatever. So it's much easier. But if you want to save money, you can buy it a bit cheaper. Then you have to look for a store there, go there, talk to them, buy it, install it, the whole process to be able to use your cell phone abroad, guys. Restaurants tips: where to eat in Ushuaia. The cuisine there is very good. They are in a region like any other in the world, close to the sea, but the sea is in the south of the world, the end of the world. They call the land there, they call Ushuaia the end of the world. So you have very different cuisines. The seafood is all fresh, they catch it, they make it on the spot. It's very good. If you like crabs, there are some very good crabs, shrimp, fish, all kind of cuisine, and also lamb, which is very famous in Argentina. For those who want to try meat, there are lots of typical dishes. There are several restaurants. Take a look down Avenida San Martin. There are several good ones. The best known and most popular is Bodegón Fueguino, which is worth going to, but you have to book it in advance. It's a very nice one. It's a huge variety of dishes, but it's the most popular and the hottest place there. So book in advance and you'll be fine. And a good tip for saving money or eating something quick, really fast, tasty, and very Argentina is Dona Lupita. We had an empanada there, and it was less than $1 per empanada. I ate it. I don't remember if it was 2 or 3, but you can get by very well, and it's delicious, and it's typical Argentinian foods that are all kinds of flavors. Take a look, it's close to the center. It's Dona Lupita. I enjoyed visiting it. It's a place you won't spend much time in. You won't have dinner there, but if you're strolling around and want something to eat, go there because it's really nice and also very tasty. And guys, below I've organized everything, all the links I've mentioned, so you can organize your trip in a good way and as cheaply as possible, guys, with good services. Take a look, use the links because they're places we've discovered over the years and we only use them to make our trips around anywhere in the world. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot. And don't forget to check out the other videos which are very good. I'll leave the one about how much a trip to Ushuaia costs up here and the playlist with all the other videos for you. So thank you very much, guys, and have nice trips.